All right, so the Adidas Ultraboost has been one of the most impactful sneakers on the market, in my opinion, in the last decade. But in 2025, I didn't realize this, but Adidas actually did not release a new version of the Ultraboost. 2024 offered the Ultraboost 5X, and that was the last time we saw an update. So, will we see an update in 2026? Hopefully so. But I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the Adidas Ultraboost and whether or not it is a model that they should continue to bring forward or not. This is an interesting topic to myself because the Ultra Boost really helped shape this channel over the last decade. From the very first colorway of the Ultra Boost, I've literally covered like every single version since the first one. So it's definitely a product that I've always enjoyed, and I love to see the evolution of from the initiation. However, we are in a different place than we were in the past, meaning the technology has shifted quite a bit. So the original Adidas Ultra Boost showcased the Boost technology, which are all of those little TPU pellets in the midsole that were soft and spongy and springy, very responsive. And it was done in such an elegant, fun package that they had the knit upper with the cage and then the heel cup and the traction on the bottom, and that was primarily it. Like, it was a very simplistic but very attractive looking shoe. So attractive that Kanye West, who recently partnered with Adidas at the time, wore the Ultra Boost on stage. You see the image, everybody knows the image, and the rest is history. It brought a natural hype to the model that, like, I don't think Adidas was ready for. Now, the original Ultra Boost came out in February 2015, and I have another video covering the whole history and timeline of the Ultra Boost, and if you guys want to see that video, I'll try to link it in the description. But Adidas didn't release the Ultra Boost for people like myself. They released it for serious runners. It was actually a runner's sneaker, and it still is a running sneaker. However, it was adopted by the lifestyle side more so than I think any like current running sneaker has ever been like adapted. And Adidas did a really smart thing with the Ultra Boost. They started to do lifestyle versions, collaboration versions, and so on, and it really took on its shape of its own. They had the 1.0, which is the specific knit pattern of this one that you can see right here with the toe box. It's almost like a heart. They had a 2.0 knit pattern, 3, 4, 5.0 as well, and then they did actually later have a 6. They also did change things up, and then they went with the Ultra Boost 2019, Ultra Boost 20s, and then finally, for 2024, they changed it up to the Ultra Boost 5. And there was a couple other changes here and there, but I don't think Adidas really knew what to do because the model was very popular, and then the later models that they released, like the 19s and the 20s, did not have the same love as the original ones. The first 4 or 5 versions had just a knit pattern that was different. The outsole, midsole was exactly the same. So when they changed up the midsole and the outsole, I feel like they really kind of changed the dynamic of the product. And some people really liked it, like myself. Other people really didn't like it. And then it became more of like a rat race of trying to keep up with the latest and greatest ones every single year. And I feel like that's why we are in the lull that we've seen in 2025. After the success or not success of the 5s, which in my opinion is the most comfortable Ultra Boost that they have to date, it really is a good model, but it didn't have the mainstream success I think that they were hoping for. It was really more geared towards runners. And runners will probably tell you from the Ultra Boost line, the Ultra Boost 5 or the 5X is probably the best for running itself. However, Adidas also has parallel little universes when it comes to their product, but they also have the Adizero line that I think more serious runners gravitate towards. So there's the Adizero Bostons, there's the Takume Sens, there is the Adios Pros, and enter the Evo SL. And the pivot point of this conversation is this shoe really a replacement now for this? Because I haven't seen the lifestyle folks like myself pick up an Adidas model as popular as the Evo SL since the original Adidas Ultra Boost. So I feel like this is really a replacement now for the Ultra Boost. So is there room for both? Like, do we need both models at this point? So the Adizero EVO SL, in my opinion, is a really sleek, modernized take on what the Ultra Boost was trying to do originally. The crazy part about the EVO SLs is they retail at $150. So really crazy price point for what you get in this shoe. They're ultra lightweight, they're very breathable. They also have this incredible foam in here, the Light Strike Pro. So Adidas Boost technology is phased out quite a bit, and the Evo SL featuring the Light Strike Pro I think is the new wave, because this is very responsive foam. Like, it's insanely responsive, and you don't have the little pellets, so you can paint it and make it look all sorts of crazy, like with the shapes and stuff. I think the pellets was kind of like the eyesore, but also the thing that made this so popular because it looked like little clouds, and it felt like little clouds when you were originally wearing them. But these came out again 11 years ago, so it's like, it's crazy the technology shift from previous like to now. So does the Ultra Boost have a chance in 2026? I mean, honestly, they still sell the Ultraboost 1.0 on their website. I'll link them in the description if you guys are interested in seeing what colorways they have. They always have the foundation colorways, the black colorway, like the gray colorway. It seems like those ones are always in stock. So the 1.0 knit pattern is still doing really well on Adidas site from what I've seen. Sometimes it goes on sale from 180 to 145, 135, the lowest I've seen it. But not only do they have the 1.0s, they do have the 5s as well that are on sale until we see whatever they have next. Now, it looks like there's a new model that is replacing the Ultra Boost, so we could be seeing some sort of an updated Boost model in the future. It sounds like that's going to be happening. I'm excited to see what it offers because, you know, I just have been a fan, historically speaking, of the models. Now, I will say if Adidas pulled the Ultra Boost 1.0 off the shelves in 5 years from now, would we have an influx of people going, dang, I wish I had that original Ultra Boost that I had back in the day? And would they bring them back out again? Because I feel like that is part of a conversation. Sometimes companies like hold on to a product too long and like just suffocate it. And then all of a sudden, because they keep on releasing them, been releasing them for 11 years now. Like if they would have put a pause on it for 5 years and brought it back, you'd have a lot more sales generated in that 6th year after the pause than you would probably for 2 or 3 of the years in between, at least. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But ultimately, I feel like if you have too much of the product and it's overly available all the time, there's no nostalgic factor that you can have tied to the product because it is readily available. And so if they actually removed it, and then just shelved it for a couple years and then brought it back with some energy behind it, I think it would be kind of a fun thing in its OG form and the OG colorways. But you know, right now it's the evergreen product and they're always available on their website. So what do you guys think? Is it something that Adidas should continue to make? Should they continue to evolve it, or are they past the point of evolution and they're on to the next thing, which is a great thing as well? And I love to see the life that the Evo has brought us on our side. The one thing that I will say, since the Ultra Boost and with the Evo as well, I really, really wish Adidas would bring us a lifestyle version of this sort of stuff. So we've seen lifestyle colorways of the, you know, the Ultra Boost and Ultra Boost 5s and whatever the last versions were. And we've seen some sort of lifestyle colorways of the Evos, even like with the Pharrell line. But I'm talking about keeping the outsole, midsole fairly similar, but also maybe extended the width for more lifestyle purposes, because we need more width in the heels in some of our shoes. Both of these are fairly narrow comparison to the new wave stuff that we have now. Just give me a little bit of a wider version, explode it out a little bit. The upper is great, but change the tongue shape and to make it a little bit firmer. Give us a regular like tongue neoprene sort of fit so it's easy to slip on. And I feel like both versions could benefit from having a lifestyle makeover like that, where people like myself could go, this one's for us. Like, yeah, you guys have your runner shoes like this, but now we have a version that is for casual with a wider base, you know, maybe a little bit less of a toe up, and then just having more tongue structure. I'm just a dude on the internet, but it would be so fun for me to be involved in that process. Like, I really think I could help bring like a really solid creation to the market. But at the end of the day, I think the products have been great. It's nice to see the small evolution. Ultimately, I think the Ultra Boost line needs a little bit of a facelift, maybe some reevaluation on whether or not you go as extreme as you have in the past. But if they still are going to bring an Ultra Boost model or an elevated Ultra Boost model to the market, I'm for sure going to be on it, and I'm going to be comparing it to the latest and greatest stuff from them or other brands. So hopefully, you know, we'll see some stuff in the future. But I thought it was really an interesting talking point for a video, the fact that I didn't even realize that last year we never saw an Ultra Boost update. And shout out to you guys, because I did my most comfortable sneaker list for 2025, and somebody said there's no Ultra Boost on this list, and I thought to myself, I was like, there was no Ultra Boost. That's because there was no Ultra Boost released. So really, really interesting. I kind of feel like a little piece of me was missing as well when I realized that there was no updated version. So also, if you guys want to shop the EVO SL or the Adidas Ultra Boost 1.0 or the whatever versions they have out there, I will post them in the description. It'll take you right over to Adidas. I do get a little bit of a kickback if you guys use those links. It lets Adidas know you support the channel, and I greatly appreciate y'all that do that. Have a good rest of the day. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week and month and everything else. See you guys.